Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. My name is Tom Tompkins. I'm the host and the founder of Vehicle Visionary, and today I'm at Orr Ford here in Stonewall, Louisiana. This is the 2019 Ford Ecosport. This is the titanium trim, and there are other trim levels available, but this one comes in at under $28,000. It's currently marked at $27,159 here at Orr Ford. A really good deal for an SUV. Now this is the subcompact SUV that Ford offers, and for the 2020 model year, you're not going to see any changes on this vehicle that are of noteworthy value, maybe some small little tweaks. So whether you're looking for a 2019 or a 2020 EcoSport, this is basically what you're going to get. Yes, there are multiple trim levels available, but this one is the highest that Ford offers. So let's take a look at what's available, starting with the engine. Other SUVs you will find in competition with the Ford EcoSport are the Honda HR-V, the Mazda CX-3, the Chevy Trax, and the Hyundai Kona. Motivation for this particular model comes from a 1-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, putting out 123 horsepower and 125 foot-pounds of torque. There is an available 2-liter 4-cylinder. It puts out 166 horsepower and 149 foot-pounds of torque. And both engines are mated to an automatic 6-speed transmission. But you do have 2 configurations as far as front-wheel drive or an available all-wheel drive for the EcoSport. And here on the front end, I do have to say I like the way the hood looks. It's contoured, it has some nice lines to it, it looks sporty. For something called the EcoSport, you would expect some nice lines on this little vehicle. Chrome grille, nice headlights, should give you some really good lighting at night. Blinkers are right here, plus you have blinkers in the driver and passenger side mirrors as well. In addition to blind spot monitoring, you will receive an indication, a notification in the interior when you're going to change lanes and there's somebody in your blind spot, plus you will see a light inside the mirror glass light up as well. Okay guys, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the back end here. Everything is here that you would expect to see. You've got your tail lights, rear wiper, the antenna up here, you've got the spoiler to help deflect air and dirt off of the back window when you're cruising down the road. Backup camera right here, mandated on all vehicles in North America by the year 2020, so you're going to always have that on every vehicle from this point on. I think all the manufacturers of cars in our country are way ahead on that. Not a big deal. But I'm going to tell on myself a little bit here. And this might help you if you're thinking about buying one of these or if you wind up renting one. So if you know somebody who wants to buy one, or you know somebody who may be renting one of these in the near future, share this video with them and let them watch this part of it. When I went to open the rear door to store all of my camera equipment and everything in, because I was gonna just stick it back there when I was moving it from one location to another to do this video for all of you, I was trying to figure out how to open the back hatch here, the back door. There's no button here underneath, there's no button in the interior, there's no button on the remote. The button to open this rear door is actually found right here on the inside of the rear taillight. You don't have to open anything or anything like that, it's just right inside here. And here's another surprise for you. It opens out instead of opening up. Now there can be some advantages to that depending on if you're in an area that's really low, a low ceiling or something like that. That could be a big advantage. If you have somebody parked right behind you, well, that might be a different story. But here's something else that I think is nice and creative here on the EcoSport. It has to do with what I would call a shelf right here. You do have storage right here, and you can lower both rear seats by simply pushing a button on each side, and of course you lower the headrests to make that stow downward and increase your storage space. But here you can take this piece completely out if you need to, or there are actually 2 different settings, 3 different settings total. There's the stock position that is all the way on the bottom. There is this position right here, or you can also position it on top. It's basically like a shelf mounting system. and depending on what you need, you can adjust that accordingly. And here in the back seat, of course, being a subcompact SUV, easy to get in and out of. It's a reasonable amount of space, not a ton, but enough for your passengers to be comfortable back here. You do have an armrest with some cup holders in it right here in the center. But I think the most noteworthy thing in the back seat is that there's a power outlet right here on the rear of the console. And if you ever need that, it is going to come in so handy. It's so nice to see Ford and other manufacturers putting a true power outlet into their vehicles so that you can plug in whatever it is you need to plug in when you're out on the road, especially if you have an emergency, you need to air up a tire or something like that. There is a 12-volt connection in the front, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But if you have something that doesn't work off of 12 volt, you need a power outlet like this, well, there it is for you. Okay guys, we're here in the front seat. You have a power driver's seat, but a manual passenger seat. Everything is leather in here. The steering wheel is nice and comfortable. Power windows, power locks, power mirrors, everything you would expect in that respect in this day and age. And again, for under $28,000, that's not a bad deal. You also have a sunroof. It's not a panoramic sunroof or moonroof, but you do have a sunroof here. It's set almost in the middle of the front and the back seat, kind of a little towards the back of the front seat, but kind of a nice location where your passengers, if you were to open this, would have a nice view. Nice large instrument cluster. You can control everything from the steering wheel. From on the left-hand side, you can navigate through the dashboard. You also have cruise control. You can answer and hang up on phone calls, adjust the volume on your radio, and you also have voice commands as well. There is a console here in the middle, and if you first open that up and think, well, that's not a lot of space, you can actually take the insert out to increase your space in the console as well. You also have two cup holders right here, a little bit of storage behind that, and the emergency brake, the shifter for the 6-speed automatic transmission. You also have buttons here next to the dual USB ports and the 12-volt power outlet I told you about. The two buttons here to the left of that are for auto start on or off, so if you want the engine to stop when you stop the vehicle and restart when you take your foot off the brake and hit the gas pedal again, that is the top switch right here. You can turn that off or you can turn it on depending on what you want to do. And in addition to everything I've shared with you, there are a lot of safety items found on the Ecosport, including cross-traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, I told you about that earlier, reverse assist system, keyless access, push button start, and an upgraded stereo. You also have voice activated navigation. So if you're thinking about picking one of these up, they'll run between $21,000 and $28,000 total. Okay guys, just gonna run through the infotainment screen with you real fast. There's your home button in the top left-hand corner, so anytime you need to return back to this main screen, you can do that. So everything very simple to explore. You can control the radio here on the screen, or you can control it right here with the knobs and the buttons underneath. Of course, you can answer and hang up on phone calls, not only there, but of course on the steering wheel as well. You have navigation, and you have access to other apps right here. And here you have all of your settings, and there's quite a few of them. I'm not going to go through everything, but you can swipe through and see everything that's here. It's real simple, it's real self-explanatory. Even if you've never had a vehicle like this, everything is easy. If you want to change the language, whatever you want to change here, you're just going to click on the right thing, and there you go. No big deal, not complicated at all. You can hit the button right there to return back to the screen you were just on and do whatever you need to do. It's as simple as can be. I will say that for the price to have this particular size screen in this little vehicle, I think is a home run. I think that's some added value. It's a lot bigger than some I've seen in other vehicles that you pay a lot more money for. And with that, that will bring to a close my time here at Orr Ford with the 2019/2020 Ford EcoSport Titanium Edition. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. Let me know what you would like to see me review on future videos, and I will do my best to make that happen for you. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave me a comment and let me know that you were here, and I will see you next time on Vehicle Visionary.